Yeah. So, did you all manage to do the exercise in the break? I hope, because we can now look at the answers. Okay, so basically, we will start with the first verb, rennen. And for the first part of the row, so ik, jij, hij, zij, het, it is all the same shape. So rende. And the second half, wij, jullie, zij, so all plural, it's renden. So, and the same goes for the other verbs. So maybe you can write down for dansen what you had. And then we can see if it's the same.
Just write down the singular and the plural.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah, or just singular. That's also good enough. Okay. That's correct.
Oh.
That's on me. Yeah. No, the second one isn't even the a past tense. Paula, you're correct. It's
Yeah.
dansten.
Yeah, because indeed the sexy soft ketchup rule definitely applies here. So this was just a trigger to see if you guys were paying attention.
Yes, that was it.
Okay, so lachen, which means to laugh. Paula, you already demonstrated that with the haha. So bring it on. Yeah, very good. Okay, I hope the rest had the same answer. Then horen, to hear. Anyone else besides Paula who had an answer? Yeah, you all. Yeah. Okay, so I get the confusion, but here, because it is a long vowel, so you say horen and niet horen. But I can understand that it's hard to know this, but here, therefore, we place two vowels because we want to make sure it remains a long vowel. Otherwise, it's hoorde, but we want to say hoorde. But I think in this case, it's quite hard to hear the difference.
Yeah, so the reason why this is kind of hard to hear is because before an R, there's three vowels that get their sound changed. It's called R coloring. So the O, you don't pronounce this hoorden, you pronounce this hoorden because of the R. The other two vowels that do this are the A, so the first in Dutch, you would say eerste. You wouldn't say eerste because of the R again. And the other one is the O. So normally we would say O, nose, leuk, whatever. But for example, the word Europe in Dutch is Europa. All these vowels kind of lose their kind of glide, they call it.
Yeah.
O doesn't become O, this becomes O, and it sounds a lot more like.
Yeah, for instance, if you have the verb hopen, to hope, and you conjugate that in past tense, then you have this, and then you can maybe hear the hope, hoopte, and maybe you can hear the difference in pronunciation. So, hoorden, hoopten, o. But yeah, okay. So, then the last one, plannen, to plan.
Yeah, so this is actually an English loanword.
Yes. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah. And so you wouldn't pronounce this as plannen, because plannen would be plans, a noun. But as a verb, it is plannen. It's just the English verb to plan, but then Dutch. So it's plannen, plande, planden.
Yeah. Okay, if there are no questions, we can continue to the other exercise. What shall we do? You guys type in the group chat again, or
Yeah, maybe we just go through this and
yeah, because I don't know how we're doing with time. So okay, hij gaf gisteren €2. He gave me €2 yesterday, which is very generous for a Dutch person. Ik pakte gisteren mijn cadeau uit, because of the sexy ketchup rule. Zij
Unpacked my gift yesterday.
Oh yeah, translation. Zij fietste, or when it's plural, because it's not really certain here. Zij fietsten. Jullie boften vorig jaar met het weer. Translation of the third sentence is, well, in this case, she cycled the day before yesterday to college. You guys were lucky with the weather last year. And then the fifth one. Gisteren dronk mama een hele fles wijn. Yesterday, mom drank a full bottle of wine. Lisette en Rick aten vorige week patat. So they ate French fries last week. Jij juichte toen iets te vroeg. You were cheering a little bit too soon. Ik las gisteren een heel goed boek. I read a very good book yesterday. Any questions? If not, then we will continue. Okay, I think we can continue. With the break. No, just
yeah, another break. No, too bad. Okay, I just want to say one more thing. I didn't put it in the slides, but that is in your booklet, about when do we use the past simple. So in Dutch, we use the present perfect a lot more than past simple, but we don't do the present perfect in this course. Maybe we will, because we have some time left, because we'll talk about that later. So maybe we will do the present perfect, but it wasn't planned. So we use the present simple, if you see on your booklet here, in to refer to events that took place in the past and do not have a relation to the present. For example, or don't have any continuous effect of present. So, for example, I went to the store yesterday. Ik ging gisteren naar de supermarkt. I went to the supermarket yesterday. Just a statement of a fact that happened in the past. Not very exciting. The second is to describe what went on during a certain past event. Again, kind of that to be more specific. For example, the Second World War happened between 1939 and 1945. De Tweede Wereldoorlog was van 1939 tot 1945. It just describes a period in the past. And the third one is when, you see that in the last slide, last sentence, I think. I can. Now in the seventh sentence, you see the word toen, which means when. But when talking about time, it means when. So when toen is in the sentence, you always use the past simple. In the advanced course, we go into more depth about this, like because we need to differentiate the differences between the past simple and present perfect. But for now, it's just so you know. Fun information. Grammar. Hope that's why you're here. So let's go away from grammar and to vocabulary. So good with transitions. Talk about some words. I'll just go through this quickly because there's not a lot to explain. But I will say the word and maybe you can try to emulate it, just so you get a bit more practice. So the days of the week on the left are from Monday to Sunday, because that's the good way to organize a week, not from Sunday to Saturday. Whoever thought of that. Maandag. Maandag. Try to say it often. Dinsdag. Dinsdag. Woensdag. Woensdag. Donderdag. Donderdag. Vrijdag. Vrijdag. Zaterdag. Zaterdag. En zondag. And the whole week is called de week. The week. So I could tell you, normally I tell you what days of the week refer to, but I will skip that for now. Very interesting. What is interesting is how to say periods of the day. So first go to easy. So on the right side on the top, we have morgen, which means morning, middag, which means afternoon, avond, which means evening, and nacht, which means night. You can also see these S's at the start and the end. And how you would pronounce this, the first one will be smorgens. This means in the morning. So these apostrophe S is kind of a archaic, and it would usually mean it's short for des morgens, which is like an old ancient, it's a genitive in Dutch. We don't have it anymore. It's just there. The second one is smiddags, 's avonds, 's nachts. You just pronounce it as one word. And it means in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, or at night. Then we have the words morgen and gisteren. You've probably seen this, which means tomorrow and yesterday. And overmorgen and eergisteren, which means the day after tomorrow and the day before yesterday. These are very useful words, I think. I think in English. I mean, you can say the day before yesterday, but eergisteren is a lot shorter. Door de week, or door de weeks, are the weekdays, so Monday to Friday. And het weekend is the weekend. So, but you do pronounce weekend in a Dutch way, so you don't say het weekend, you say het weekend. Just try to be channel your inner Dutch. So hard W's and the T at the end. Then the months and seasons are also useful to know. I'll also just go through these and pronounce them. I'll leave some space for you to pronounce them. So, Januari, Februari, Maart, April, Mei, Juni, Juli, Augustus, September, Oktober, November, December. And then the seasons in the lower two rows. You have winter is winter. Spring is Lente, from the Christian tradition of Lent. Summer is zomer. And autumn or fall is herfst. Herfst. There's a lot of consonants after. All right, so those are useful words to know. And now we have an exercise to practice using them, which here you see the diary of a fictional person called Sanne. And Sanne has a lot to do. Well, actually, she has not that many things to do. But you have to figure out what it is that she does. So you have to answer these questions that are in Dutch. And in the first question, you have to answer when is she doing something? And in the next questions, you have to write a Dutch sentence and write what she is doing in a Dutch way. So, for example, the first one, The question is, wanneer speelt Sanne tennis? When does Sanne play tennis? And the answer, you look at the thing, and then you see tennis, 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 tennis. Thursday at 7 in the evening. So, in Dutch, that would be donderdagavond om 7 uur. That is how you do the rest of the exercises as well. And for the other ones, I can't show you that now. But maybe first do these ones, and then I'll explain how to do the from 6 to 10. So I'll give you a couple of minutes, 5, to do these first ones, and then we go to the other ones, and then we're already out of time. So please do these exercises. If it's clear what to do. If it's not, please ask.
Dus je meteen nog door die afspraak maken ding gaan?
Nee, ik denk dat we geen tijd voor hebben.
Nee, ja, ik dacht ook wel. Ook wat erbij staat van als er nog tijd over is.
Ja, er is geen tijd over.
Nee.
All right. Regardless of whether you're done, let's go check out the solutions, and then we can go through the other ones, and that will be the end. So, wanneer gaat Sanne niksen? Which I think is was a word of the week at some point. I don't know really when.
I think
last week.
Yeah.
Last week. Yeah. So it means to do nothinging. Now let's see, when does she do that?
Or the week
here.
before last week.
In the weekend. So on Sunday, because there's 2 days. So, and from 8 to 8, de zondag van 8 tot 8, for approximately the whole day. She had a lazy Sunday, but she planned it. So that's good. 3, wanneer gaat Sanne vrijwilligerswerk doen? When is Sanne gonna do volunteer work? Look, but it's on Friday at 4. So vrijdagmiddag om 4 uur. Friday afternoon at 4. So when does Sanne not work? When you see 3, that is in het weekend. Because the other ones werken, very lekker werk. Only in the weekend. En wanneer gaat ze koffie drinken met Sarah? She won't do that now. Maybe via Zoom. Friday at 10. Vrijdagochtend. So for the other exercises, also the first one. So here, you're going to have to make a sentence of your own. It's kind of a bit more difficult, but I think it's try at least a couple of minutes. So the first sentence, the question is, wat deed Sanne op maandagavond? So you have to translate that already. So what did Sanne do Monday evening? The answer is, watch the movie Linda. It's a gay film with Linda. So please, in the last couple of minutes, try to do that. So, waar Sanne toen heen op dat I will try to translate it for you. So the second one.
I cannot really hear you very good.
Oh. Can you hear me now? Or
yeah, that's better.
Okay. So the seventh one is I will translate them to English, so you have an easier time. Where does Sanne have to go on Thursday afternoon? And the eighth one is actually mistranslation. It says, at what time does Karin have to go to the dentist? Sanne has to go to the dentist. The ninth one, welke sporten deed Sanne deze week? Which sports did Sanne do this week? And 10, at what time, hoe laat ging Sanne wandelen? At what time did Sanne go for a walk? Please, for the remaining minutes, try to formulate those sentences. In that. All right, it's 9:30. So let's just go through the answers real quick. And then I will ask you to do the survey and then we will be done. Well, I'll ask you to do the survey in your own time. So, the seventh question. Waar moest Sanne heen op donderdagmiddag? Where did you have to go on Thursday afternoon? Well, you had to go to the dentist. You could know from the next question. So, ze moest naar de tandarts. You had to go to the 8. At what time did Karin have to go to the dentist, or Sanne? Ze moest om 3:15 met Lars. Je had to go to the dentist at 3:15. 9. Welke sporten deed Sanne deze week? Which sports did she do this week? Well, you can see she did yoga on Monday. She went for a walk on Tuesday, where you count as a sport. And then she tennised on Thursday. So,
Isn't
deed yoga, ging wandelen en tenniste.
the dentist meeting on Thursday, isn't it at 10 past?
Oh, it's 10 past, yeah.
So in Dutch, that is 10:03.
Yes.
For those of you who saw it.
And the last one, hoe laat ging Sanne wandelen? At what time did she go for a walk? At 8:15. 7:45, sorry. Ze ging om 7:15 wandelen. Okay. So, I hope you had something similar, or at the very least, you know what went wrong if you didn't. Because then that has been it for this week. I will skip this. I won't skip this. At least will at least send you this. So this is a survey that is about what you think of this online class and the class in general. It may take 5 minutes if you go through it kind of quickly to fill it out, and it will really help us out because we want to know whether this is working at all, and if it's not, what suggestions you have to improve the experience. So please check it out. It would really help us if you would fill it out. It's not obligatory, of course. Your email is anonymous, of course, as well. We just need to know from which class you are, so that the comments about the teachers will be useful to those teachers. If they just say, "Oh yeah, the teacher was very amazing," then we don't know which teacher should feel flattered. So yeah, please check that out. And I'll skip the, or maybe you want to do the zin van de week?
Of course. Laat ik mijn agenda er even bij pakken. Well, this is just typically Dutch. I think maybe some of you already experienced this when you try to mingle with Dutch people and you want to meet up with them, and the first thing they say is, well, let's see my schedule and see if I have time for you. And then they are overstructured and maybe they have time like next 2 days or something. It's really, I don't know if it's really a Dutch thing. It's just, yeah, we're quite structured. I can relate to some extent if I see this.
Yeah. I'm not. I'm structured as well.
Well, not to this extent, but I do have a schedule, like a sort of calendar. But maybe you guys have too, I don't know. But many Dutch people have a way of planning like this. So yeah, that's the census of the week.
Yes, that was it. Thanks for being here, and hope to see you next week. Please fill out the survey. It would really help us out. And tot volgende week.
Tot volgende week. And thank you for joining. Bedankt.